Finally, on January 21st, 2025, Ichiro was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Overall for Ichiro, he is not only one of the greatest players in Mariners history, but also one of the greatest players in baseball history. He will never be forgotten with his amazing work ethic, a great throwing arm, amazing speed, and unique hitting mechanics. It is a shame the Mariners could not field a competitive team with Ichiro since his rookie 2001 campaign. But otherwise, I am thankful that Ichiro played for the Seattle Mariners, and he will always be a baseball and Seattle legend. Ichiro, arigato gozaimashita.
When I showed up at the camp each spring, my arm was already in shape, waiting for Mariners broadcaster Rick Ritz to say, "Holy smoke! A laser beam strike from Ichiro!"
And good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am to cover the Ichiro number retirement ceremony, which is actually about to start in 15 seconds. So I will be covering it as much as I can, and this is going to be a very special night for Mariners fans and just baseball fans and Japan in general. I am very much looking forward to it, and let's get the show on the road, shall we? They are showing everything about Ichiro. They're showing the letter. They're writing letters to Ichiro. They're giving him, a lot of people giving him the congratulations. A lot of letters that were written to him.
My name is Corey Kawaguchi. I live in Honolulu, Hawaii. My name is Ryan Fisher, and you have proven to me that anything is possible. Thank you for teaching me that consistency is showing up every day prepared and important, and that excellence is not always doing a grand gesture, but it's doing all the small things really, really well. Thank you so much.
Yep, just a lot of letters telling him how much he was an inspiration, how much he was great to the game.
To show him that it doesn't matter how big or strong you are, as long as you work hard, your dreams are achievable. I basically remember when number 51 stepped on the field for the first time. Looking at was funny hit. He ran up and down. Like I was like in the empty ballpark. People were looking at me like, wow, what is this guy doing? Yeah, but the Yankees they so fast. I don't want to be like you. Controlling right field, hitting infield, setting the single season hits record. In 2005, you had that incredible Spider-Man catch. We were all so wild by first pitch over the right field wall. Game over.
Yeah, they're talking about Mariano Rivera when Ichiro hit that home run, 2-run home run when Michael Saunders was on base in 2009. A lot of warming letters. Everyone's so proud of Ichiro, one of the greatest to ever play on a Mariners uniform. Rick Riz, he's on the camera. This is the moment for him. The great Rick Riz, master of ceremonies, what they.
The Seattle Mariners Hall of Fame, Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro's career began as a highly sought-after superstar for the Orange Blue Wave in Japan. And then when he took his initial step out of the Seicho Field grass back in 2001, he became the first Japanese-born position player in Major League history and delivered excellence day in and day out to his poetic final game in Japan in 2019 as baseball's all-time hit king.
He is baseball's all-time hit leader. That's what they say when they're combining the Japanese numbers. Pete Rose would disagree, though.
In Cooperstown, New York. And tonight, his number 51 will join Jackie Robinson's number 42, Ken Griffey Jr.'s number 24, and Edgar Martinez's number 11 in center field at this great ballpark.
Ichiro is going to be number retired.
For tonight's ceremony, I'm joined on the field by some very special guests. On my left from the Mariners, John Ellis, Howard Lincoln, John Stanton, Jared Dakota, and Kevin Martinez. We're also joined by Ichiro.
No one boos.
Yumiko, thank you for always being a member of the Mariners family. As Ichiro said in his induction speech, his most consistent teammate. Also on the field is Ichiro's longtime friend and interpreter, Alan Turner, who is joined by his wife, Jamie. Alan, great first pitch last night. Among our special guests seated on the one-inch track, our National Baseball Hall of Fame president, Josh Rawitch.
Looks like there's a lot of former teammates of Ichiro present.
Trainer emeritus Rick Griffin,
Rick Griffin,
as well as former teammates of Ichiro.
former teammates Tom Lampkin,
Cowboy. David Archibald.
David Ardsma,
Franklin Gutierrez.
Franklin Gutierrez,
And one of the sweetest swings I've ever seen,
John Olerud, first baseman, longtime first, well, only a few years first baseman.
Welcome tonight for Ichiro's special night. Also here is a reminder of baseball's imperfections. Please direct your attention to the area way behind me in right field. You see that there? Look way up there. A premium seat has been reserved for our ceremony this evening for the one Hall of Famer who did not vote for Ichiro.
Oh my gosh. They are reserving a seat for the one guy who didn't vote for Ichiro for the Hall of Fame.
Now there's some empty chairs to fill down here. We're going to do that. Those, of course, are reserved for the Mariners Hall of Famers. Please join me in welcoming them right now. Leading off, the person who was the first player inducted in the Mariners Hall of Fame and remains closely involved with the team today as a mentor and coach. The 1984 American League Rookie of the Year and the man who Dave Niehaus simply called
Alvin Davis.
number 21. Representing her husband, the late Hall of Fame broadcaster who I loved dearly, Dave Niehaus, who was the heart, the soul, and voice of Mariners for more than 3 decades. Please welcome our dear friend, Marilyn Niehaus.
Marilyn Niehaus, the wife of Dave Niehaus. Good to see her still around. If only Dave Niehaus was here for this moment. It's a shame that he was not a part of any Hall of Fame moments other than himself in 2008. Jay Buhner.
He spent 14 years in Seattle, was a member of the 1995 and 2001 teams, and hit more than 300 home runs. In the Mariners uniform, please welcome All-Star Gold Glove Award winner and the man who knows the phone number 19.
Yep, Jay Buhner's coming out there. No, he kissed Rick Riz in the head.
Next guest was a member for 15 seasons and one of the most electric pitchers of the 21st century. He's a Cy Young Award winner, one of the 24 pitchers in Major League history to throw a perfect game right here. And the most recent inductee, Mariners Hall of Fame, please welcome number 34.
Felix Hernandez. He still looks like he can still play baseball to this day. Too bad that his career did not last.
He was the glue behind the plate for the Mariners for 12 seasons and one of the great defensive catchers of his era. Now he's at the helm of the Mariners. Please welcome from the home dugout, Mariners Hall of Famer and Mariners manager,
Dan Wilson. Dan the Man Wilson, Mariners manager. Also a Mariners Hall of Famer. Should have his number retired, though. Not like anyone's using his number anyway.
for whom the designated hitter of the year award is named one of the most feared bats in baseball history. The Mariners hit across and the National Baseball Hall of Famer,
Edgar Martinez. Yep, he gets a huge standing ovation. Randy Johnson's actually in presence.
he's a five-time Cy Young Award winner and National Baseball Hall of Famer. Please welcome.
Randy Johnson gets a huge, massive ovation. I definitely want to go to that Randy Johnson number retirement ceremony myself.
Major League Baseball, one of the greatest players to ever play the game, a member of the 600 home run club and the All-Century team, National Baseball Hall of Famer.
Ken Griffey Jr., big surprise, he's there. Wonder who it is. Ichiro Suzuki, of course. MVP. They're showing Kevin Martinez, Jerry DiPoto.
Pretty good. And he's the newest member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Please welcome the one and only number 51,
Ichiro Suzuki. Yep. He's coming out there. He's bowing. One of the greatest of all time in Mariners history. How can you not love this guy? I mean, I had a grudge with him, but I got over it. You have huge standing ovation. It is still going on. Everyone should be proud. I don't need this hat right now. It's getting in the way of my microphone. Ichiro hugging Felix Hernandez. Hugging Dan Wilson, former teammate. He was never a former teammate of Randy Johnson, but he was a former teammate of Ken Griffey Jr. And also hugging his wife. Lots of hugs. And his interpreter as well. Also deserves a lot of credit for his hard work. And the huge standing ovation it is.
Congratulations again on your induction into Cooperstown. We're also honored to celebrate you this evening, your special night. You've been called an artist, a wizard, something on Star Wars, and a legend. But most of all, you were ours, a Seattle Mariner. Please direct your attention to Mariners Vision now for a special tribute to number 51, Ichiro Suzuki.
They're showing Ichiro video. They're talking about the Ichiro 2004 hits, 262. This was when he got 258, breaking George Sisler's record. A record that stood for 84 years. A lot of clips that are to be shown when he was signing with the Mariners for the 2001 season. They were saying that American pitchers would blow this guy away. Not too small. A lot of criticisms. A lot of doubt on Ichiro. And his major league debut, first major league hit. And they're showing all the montages of the hits that he had. And Ichiro was a thing of a beauty. No matter what you thought of him, even if you're a Korean baseball fan, you still have to get the respect that Ichiro as a player was a one of a kind. Oh, they're showing all the cinematics of him breaking they actually staged this, like they're actually filming it. That's funny. I wonder if that was Ichiro's shoes too. Yep, they definitely did a video shoot for this. They must have AI'd the crap out of this one. Yep, that's when he got the record. It's very unfortunate though that it was all wasted by bad baseball in 2004. That is the sad part of it. And he ended up with 262. He's showing all the hits. His first home run as a major leaguer. All the amazing catch, the Spider-Man catch in 2005. They're saying that he refined baseball. You can see some of the 2001 clips. 3,089 hits. In professional hits, says that he got the most hits, but Pete Rose would disagree. The big laser beam throw to throw out Terrence Long. His first ever All-Star game appearance in 2001. His inside the park home run, some great catches. 2007 All-Star MVP. Unfortunately, Bill Bavasi's in that picture. His big throwouts. Ichiro was too much. He was too much for Korea, too. The big Ichiro chant.
Incredible tribute to an incredible ball player.
Yep, the overwhelming standing ovation he is getting.
While Ichiro's playing days are over, as you may know, he's still very connected to this ballpark and this team. In fact, whether he's mentoring our players or getting work in himself, some days he's here as long as many of our players. Here to say some words on behalf of the clubhouse, please welcome Ichiro's former teammate, current coaching partner, and Mariners Hall of Famer, Mariner manager, Dan Wilson.
Dan Wilson has some things to say. He wrote it all down on a piece of paper. Typed it, of course. Oh, that nostalgic Mariners 90s tune.
Ichiro, congratulations on this well-deserved.
Congratulations to Ichiro.
Ichiro, you're a National Baseball Hall of Famer, and tonight your number will be retired in center field in this great ballpark. Your work ethic, your grace, your dedication made you a role model for generations of ball players, including the guys in our dugout. Having you here each day to mentor our players and teach them what it means to be a professional is one of the reasons we are in the position we are right now. And we expect to go deep into the fall. Ichi, you're an outstanding leader, teammate, and friend.
I don't know if he was really that much of a leader, though.
All that you have done for me,
That's all I got to say.
this organization, this city. We couldn't be happier for you. You inspire all of us. We're so proud of you, and we're proud that you are a Seattle Mariner. Congratulations.
No, the jazzy Mariners 90s theme. Of course they have to do that.
Put it down a little bit. A beautiful message there from our manager, Dan Wilson. Thank you, Danny. Now we direct your attention back to Mariners Vision for messages from more of those who admire Ichiro and his craft.
No, they're going to show videos of other people that interacted with Ichiro with the message. Alvin Davis.
As your legendary career was taking off, you played for the
Oryx Blue Waves is who he played for. That's what Alvin Davis is talking about.
Congratulations, my friend, on your induction to the National Baseball Hall of Fame at Cooperstown. And congratulations.
Alvin Davis was one of the OG superstars for the Seattle Mariners, unless Rupert Jones is that. Harold Reynolds, another former Mariner, does his work still in the media of Major League Baseball. Brett Boone, second baseman. Nelson Cruz, he was a teammate with Ichiro Suzuki for like a split second. Mike Cameron, they played amongst each other. Adrian Beltre, former Mariners teammate from 2005 to 2009. David Ortiz. They just took a clip or something. What was Derek Jeter going to say? Derek Jeter is going to say some stuff too. Also a former teammate. Albert Pujols should be a Hall of Famer soon. He's got to be a first ballot. If he isn't, that's insane. Felix Hernandez, longtime teammate. Jimmy Moyer, the crafty left-hander. Ichiro is really trying to hold back on the tears. Jay Buhner, also a former teammate in 2001. Lou Piniella. He's getting older too, but he lost a lot of weight. Man, he sounds so old. Gary Payton. What's next? Sean Kemp? Lenny Wilkins, who just got a statue unveiled in Seattle, Climate Pledge Arena. No doubt. Tom Brady. Why is he getting boos? It's not his fault that the Patriots won the Super Bowl.
So competitive for so many years, and your incredible passion for baseball you brought to every game. You're a true legend, a great competitor, and an inspiration to fans around the world. So here's your amazing career and many more proud moments ahead. Cheers to you, my friend. Ichiro, congratulations.
Randy Johnson.
Well-deserved and congratulations. Hello, Ichiro. Congratulations on having the number retired.
Edgar Martinez.
Your career was amazing. It was so much fun to watch you play over the years. I wanted to say congratulations and enjoy the moment. Ichiro.
Ken Griffey Jr. Who else?
We love you. I can't wait to see you. See, that doesn't sound right. Look, hang on. Congratulations on being inducted to the Hall of Fame and getting your number retired. It's about damn time. I mean, what's taking so long? Been there for 5 years. What's taking so long? Come on, hurry up. Get it done. We want you. Everybody wants you. Let's go.
So they went through all of the montage.
Ichiro, you are looked up to by so many across our game, as you saw. Those who came before you, those who were your peers, the current players in today's Major League Baseball, and generations of ball players to come will continue to feel your impact on this game. Now let's welcome Mariners Chairman and Managing Partner John Stanton with a few remarks, including an exciting announcement of how your legacy will forever be felt at this.
He got booed.
Park.
I think he got booed. He certainly didn't get the ovation.
I want to
They're booing him.
now in his 40th year as a broadcaster for acting as our host today.
Well, yeah, you're going to give the ovation to Rick Riz. You have to.
I'd also like to thank the Mariners staff who have done a terrific job of putting on this weekend. The greatest honor a team can bestow on a player is to retire their number. Today we add Ichiro's 51
to number 11, number 24, and number 42. In doing so, we commemorate in perpetuity the extraordinary achievements of Ichiro Suzuki. On Edgar Martinez Drive, we honor two of the finest baseball hitters of all time. The greatest designated hitter ever, Edgar Martinez, and the greatest left-handed power hitter of all time, Ken Griffey Jr. Edgar defined his position to the point that Major League Baseball honors the best DH each year with an award in his name. Junior was the greatest player of the 90s to the point that ballplayers
Man, this is John Stanton sounds so fake.
describe themselves as part of the Griffey generation. But someone is missing. In 2026, we will honor the most prolific hitter of our game, the man who holds the all-time record for hits in a season, the man who has more global hits than any other.
Okay, Stanton, wrap it up. I don't care.
Next year, to celebrate his transcendent international role in baseball and his leadership of the Seattle Mariners, we will build a statue in honor of Ichiro.
Yeah, go away. Shut up. Yeah, he does. John Stanton sounds so fake. He's like worse than Howard Lincoln. And it's amazing to see, though, that Ichiro is still fit to this day, takes care of his body more than ever. Bye-bye, Stanton. Get out. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
How about that? How exciting. For decades to come, Ichiro will be commemorated with a statue that fans will get to see each time they come out to T-Mobile Park. Congratulations, Ichiro. Very well deserved. Now, as you know, there's more reveal left.
One more reveal, the number retirement.
The time has come, Mariners fans. Join me by striking your best Ichiro pose. Come on.
Oh, they want me to do the Ichiro pose. All right.
Pointing towards center field. And countdown, of course, 5 to 1.
That's what he wants me to do. I wonder who they let do it. There it is. Ichiro number 51 retired. Officially done. And next is going to be Randy Johnson next year. Now Ichiro Suzuki gets to talk. It's good to see Eugenio Suarez there too. The Ichiro chants of Ichiro. What's up, Seattle? What an intro. And he's speaking English, not using his interpreter. And I know what the pacing is like when you use interpreters.
Whose idea was it to have me give 2 speeches in English in 2 weeks? It's one of the toughest challenges of my career.
One of his toughest challenges, he says.
I would like to begin by quoting my favorite philosopher, George Kenneth Griffey Jr.
He's crediting Ken Griffey Jr. And he's feeling he's blushing.
I'm damn proud to be a Seattle Mariner.
He's damn proud to be a Seattle Mariner. What doesn't Ichiro say?
Just like him, I realized by going away, there really is no place like home. So yes, I also am damn proud to be a Seattle Mariner.
He is damn proud to be a Seattle Mariner.
It's been an amazing 2 weeks for me. First, the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, and now this. I could never experience these great honors without the support of your fans. Thank you, Seattle.
Well, while the speech is going, well, I'll show the speech, not the speech. One of I was going to show the Mariners commercial with Griffey and Ichiro.
For the actions of another person who is here, Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson, who is in presence.
He was number 51.
Number 51.
In Seattle. Without his generosity, I could not have won that number here.
He said he couldn't have worn that number.
Blue Wave assigned me a number when they drafted me in 19.
Oryx Blue Waves gave him number 51.
It just happened that it was number 51 for 9 years in Japan. That is the only number I ever had. By the time I came to Seattle, 51 was part of my identity, but I knew that number already had a rich history here.
He knew that there was a rich history of number 51. He wanted to respect number 51.
When you said 51 in Seattle, you knew it meant Randy Johnson.
It was Randy Johnson's number at the time.
From 1989 to 1998 in that uniform.
Yep, that's Randy Johnson was a longtime Mariner from 1989 to 1998. Who would have thought?
When I came here in 2001, I could never have won that number without Randy's consent.
He wanted Randy. He went for Randy Johnson's consent.
He gave it graciously. I felt if I continue to prepare and do all the things I believed in, I could uphold the honor that Randy created for number 51 in Seattle. When the Mariners decided to retire number 51, they chose to have 2 separate ceremonies, one of each of us.
Yep, there's going to be 2 different 51s retired, which was deservedly so. Remember, there were Mariner fans upset about that.
Grateful to Randy for attending today. It will be my great honor to attend his next season.
Be next season when Randy Johnson gets his number retired, which has been long freaking overdue.
Recently, he has been coming around more often. He even traveled all the way to Cooperstown to celebrate me 2 weeks ago. He is my senior, so by Japanese custom, until then, I could only refer to him as Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
But the way he has reached out to me warmly and let me get to know him better, I now feel comfortable calling him Randy.
Just calling him Randy. It was used to be Mr. Johnson.
I hope we can play catch together sometime.
Can play catch right now. Let's have him throw the ceremonial first pitch to Randy Johnson, and then next year have Randy Johnson throw the ceremonial first pitch to Ichiro.
Thank you, Randy.
Yep, good job, Randy.
I am grateful to all the executives who are giving me the highest honor.
I'm going to want to hear this.
My jersey. Many of them are here today.
They're going to get booed.
Thank you to the
I warn you.
leadership team that signed me and gave me number 51, Hiroshi Yamauchi, John Ellis, Howard Lincoln, Chuck Armstrong, and Pat Gillick. Thank you to the current leadership team that brought me back where I belong and let me wear 51 again. John Stanton, Jerry Dipoto, and Kevin Martinez.
No, I wouldn't have cheered for them. I would have booed that one.
Thank you to my longtime interpreter, Alan Turner, and his family.
The interpreter done long years of work with Ichiro. He certainly made a living off of him.
I can't wait to eat another hot dog with her at today's game.
Eating a hot dog at today's baseball game. You gotta love that.
I am grateful to the Mariners Hall of Famers who have come today. Alvin, Marilyn, Jay, Felix, Dan, Edgar, Randy, and Junior. My former teammate, Jamie Moyer, and my first manager in America, Lou Pinella, cannot be here today.
Lou Pinella, I wish he was here. The Lou chant.
But I know they want to be, and I appreciate them for that.
It's a shame that Lou's time with the Mariners did not last long with Ichiro.
To the many Hall of Famers, no, I'm sorry. And to the many former teammates and staff members I see on the south baseline, your endless support means so much to me.
Many former teammates of the Mariners, Franklin Gutierrez, John Olerud, Tom Lampkin. There should have been more.
And also to our master of the ceremonies, Rick Riggs.
Rick Riz.
It was your call on April 11th, 2001 at Oakland that helped to establish my identity as number 51 in Seattle. Unfortunately, you could not be in Cooperstown to hear my impersonation of your call. I need to know
how you grade it.
Oh no, he's gonna do the impression of Rick Riz.
For you here. Holy smoke! A laser beam is Ichiro!
He did it. He did it again. He did the impersonation of Rick Riz. He did it again. What up, OKC No Face?
You guys are led by two men who played in that game at the opener as my teammates and became Marinette Hall of Famers, Edgar and Dan.
Edgar Martinez and Dan Wilson. He's pointing into the dugout, talking to the players.
With Edgar and Dan, we won a record 116 games.
Talking about 2001.
We made it to the American League Championship Series.
Unfortunately, made it to the American League Championship Series.
Winning was easy, and I took our success for granted.
He took the success for granted?
As Edgar and Dan know, winning is tough.
Winning is tough, absolutely.
Now, this year's team has a great opportunity.
Talking about this year's team has a great opportunity to go for the World Series. Why freaking not? Why not now? Because they did go all in for Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor.
Please do not take your talent for granted.
Don't take your talent for granted, he said.
You have a great team and a great opportunity in front of you. I understand that there is pressure to win, but the thing about winning is it is always tough and never comes without pressure. Accept the pressure and figure out how you can perform at your best under pressure.
Accept the pressure, he says. Take that advice from Ichiro. I wonder if this will be like a great motivational speech too.
Although I can no longer help you guys with a hit or a laser beam throw, my will and desire is always there for you. I come to the field every day because I want to help you. Be prepared for the moment. I am confident you can seize the moment.
Ichiro giving really that advice, that motivational speech that they need.
Let's go!
Let's play ball. Let's go.
Well, that is fantastic.
And let me show you an Ichiro commercial. And I'll just do it myself. Hey, Ichiro, grab a seat. Okay. I know that we joke around, but I think it's really great that we get to play together. I agree. It means a lot. Wait, I have a better idea. Where's my... Do I even have a Griffey statue or anything? Here it is. Let's do this. Hey, Ichiro, have a seat. Okay. I know we joke around, but I think it's really great that we get to play together. I agree. It really means a lot to me. Me too. By the way, I put glue in that chair. Of course you did. Mariners baseball. Believe big. Sugar! And now it's time to play some. Let's get to baseball, shall we? And let's look at the starting lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. We got Yainer Diaz, Brandon Lowe, Josh Lowe, Junior Caminero, Simpson, Federica, Hashong Kim Ha-sung, Peters, and Gray, believe it or not. And then for the Mariners, we got Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, Gino Suarez, Jorge Polanco, Dom Canzone, J.P. Crawford, and Cole Young. I still don't like this lineup placement at all. I still hate it to this day. And for the pitchers, we've got Logan Evans going up against Boyle. We'll see what they can do. But until then, gotta get ready for a baseball game. And let's play an Ichiro tribute thing. Ichiro was born on October 22nd, 1973, in Nishi Kasagaigun, Japan, and he grew up in Yoyoyama, a small town outside of Nagoya. By the age of 7, he asked his father, Nobuyuki Suzuki, to train him to develop his baseball skills. The workouts included practicing infield, outfield, and much repetition of hitting practice. Originally, he was a right-handed hitter, but his father insisted him to hit left-handed to get to first base faster. By his years in high school, Ichiro enrolled into Aikyodai Maiden Koko, located in Nagoya, as one of the top baseball schools in Japan. Although the workouts were rigorous, and Ichiro even admitted it was one of his tougher years in development, the hard work and preparations paid off. Throughout high school, he posted a .505 batting average and struck out just 10 times and never struck out swinging, showcasing his potential as a future baseball star. All right, let's get ready for some Mariners baseball. I remember when Ichiro, they're talking about Tom Brady because Tom Brady was trying to reach out to Ichiro to for stretching advice, and Ichiro was like, "Who the bleep is Tom Brady?" I was like, "What?" It's more funny when he says it. And we are back from the break, and we are getting ready for Mariners baseball going against the Tampa Bay Rays. And the good news today is the Houston Astros had just lost their game. So that means that the Mariners have a fantastic opportunity. They have a fantastic opportunity. They have a fantastic opportunity to pick up a game on the Houston Astros, as the Yankees won 5-4 over the Houston Astros. And then in the standings here, we've got Mariners are literally just one game back from the Houston Astros. And in the wild card, they now have a commanding 2-game lead on that wild card. Basically a 3-game lead on the wild card. So Mariners have a very good chance to make the playoffs.
The crowd was absolutely deafening here at T-Mobile Park. It was so fun. And even the fact that Rick Riz asked them all to, sort of sport their Ichiro pose as his jersey was unveiled. And we were kind of just wondering, just a little bit, we were running, it's going to say Ichiro, right? Yeah. Versus Suzuki. But that is him. I mean, he is one of one to have his first.
It's nice to see the Ichiro jersey out there. And it's an honor for me to cover this Mariners game with Ichiro on the mound, or Ichiro's number retired. I got to go to a Mariners game soon.
Just unveiled, Aaron, but it feels like it's been there forever.
Well, it's been a long time coming, and it looks better than ever. Number 51 in center field, and of course, hanging up there in left center field as well. Well, this crowd is on a high already, even before.
Jerry Lewis, 88% chance to make the playoffs. There is no bleeping guarantee. You all know that. Yep. Houston has only a 1-game lead, and I wish Josh was here so I can taunt him for it. Cal Raleigh yesterday just hit that huge home run. And he did embrace the pressure, just like Ichiro's telling him to do. Got Joe Boyle, who's a 1-1 with a 2.30 ERA, and Logan Evans is at 5-4 with a 4.30 ERA. No, I don't think this is a good, but in his last 6 home starts, he is 3-0 with a 3.03 ERA, so he does pitch well at home, but could that be enough against the Tampa Bay Rays, who do have some talented players on their team? Now, I want to see if this is... I think this is my 50th Mariners game, by the way. I've been so distracted by Ichiro. Let's see where it's at. It is my 50th Mariners game of the season, and I am projected to be there tomorrow as well. I am now at 50. A selfie from Randy Johnson with Ichiro. 51, how clever. First pitch is getting close. Which gives me time to go to the bathroom as this game is starting a little bit later than expected. Be right back. In the 1991 NPB draft, Ichiro was drafted in the 4th and final round, which was very low and shocking. He was drafted so late because of his small stature at only 5'9" and being 120 pounds. He made his debut in 1992 and spent most of the 1992 and 1993 seasons in the minor leagues for the time being. Initially, the manager wanted him in the minors due to his unique hitting mechanics, where he looks like he's golfing and practically running the moment he swings the bat. His swing was nicknamed Pendulum. One of his highlights in his initial years was when he hit a home run off eventual Japanese MLB star Hideo Nomo. Ichiro finally got his full-time starts in the 1994 season, where he broke out batting .385, hitting 13 home runs, and stole 29 bases. It was also notable that Ichiro changed his name on his jersey from Suzuki to Ichiro. The reasons were that Ichiro was the second most common name in Japan, and it was a marketing opportunity for Ichiro since his name was an attractive brand name. He won several awards including MVP, Gold Glove Award, Best 9 Award, the batting title, and an All-Star appearance. The 1995 season was when Ichiro took it to the next level. He batted .342, 25 home runs, 80 RBIs, and 49 stolen bases. His amazing individual performance got him his 2nd consecutive MVP award. He helped lead the Blue Waves for the Japan Series against the Tokyo Yakult Shallows. Unfortunately, they would fall in a 7-game series. However, in the very next season, the Oryx Blue Waves redeemed themselves by winning the Japan Series championship. Yomiuri Giants, led by the other Japanese and eventual MLB star, Hideki Matsui. Ichiro also won his 3rd consecutive championship by batting .356, 16 home runs, 84 RBIs, and 35 stolen bases. Over the years of his career in Japan, due to his dominance, he eventually got the nickname Kabusu, which means monster in Japanese. Later in 1999, Ichiro married Japanese TV announcer Yumiko Fukushima on December 3, 1999, at a small church in Santa Monica, California, and they are still married to this day. And we are back from the break. Now we got Yandy Diaz up to the plate. Yandy Diaz is one of the long timers of the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going to see how long he's really been with this team. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was mostly with Cleveland, but he's been with Tampa for half a decade, and he has played very well with the team. He now has 20 home runs, and there was a chance that the Mariners could have got him last season, but they chose not to do it. And on the defense, looks like Josh Naylor is back. Didn't even pay attention to that. Good to see him healthy again. They had a little bit of an injury scare, but glad that he's back. Now we just got to see if the Mariners can just win this ball game, take the series from Tampa Bay, and be within a half game of the division. And here's the first pitch, and that is a strike, and we are underway here at T-Mobile Park, and that first pitch was brought to you by SeatGeek. If you're still going to a game, save $20 tomorrow by using that promo code, Rooftop Sports, and the 0-1. And that is low for a ball, and that is 1-1. We got 1-1 for Yandy Diaz. And now here's the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. 1-2 to Yandy Diaz. Camera showing the Ichiro retirement jersey. Yeah, Tom Brady being booed was unnecessary. The pitch, and that is a foul ball. It's batting .279 with a .340 on base percentage. Yandy Diaz. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. And that is the first strikeout of the game for Logan Evans. Now we got one out. Now we got Lowe up to the plate. Brandon Lau. And that is outside for a ball. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field, and that could be trouble. And now that is gone. That is a home run, and the home run has already been given up. And now it is a 1-0 lead by the Tampa Bay Rays. It is Tampa Bay 1 and the Mariners 0. And already the Mariners are down 1-0. I guess the Mariners continue to be cursed on Hall of Fame games or ceremonial games. Who would have thought that would have been out of there? And now here's Josh Lowe. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. And the pitch to Lau. And now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. Throw to first. And that is in time, and that is going to be 2 outs. Now here's Caminero up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is a foul ball. Junior Caminero batting .256 with 31 home runs. He did homer last night. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that should be playable. And it's going to be Cole Young is there. And he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Unfortunately, it is a 1-0 lead by Tampa. On February 18th, 1998, the Mariners were negotiating with the Oryx Blue Waves to possibly bring Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki to the Seattle Mariners, as there was a clear need of help in left field to help complement Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner. As much as Ichiro was interested in playing Major League Baseball, along with an opportunity to play with his favorite baseball player, Ken Griffey Jr., considering both had connected earlier in 1995, the Mariners and the Blue Waves were not able to reach an agreement. It also didn't help that there was a rule where Japanese players at the time had to serve 9 years in Japan before moving to Major League Baseball. But you have to imagine that outfield core of Ken Griffey Jr., Ichiro Suzuki, and Jay Buhner in their primes. That could have been one of the greatest outfield cores in Major League Baseball history. In spring training of 1999, Ichiro, along with 2 members of the Oryx Blue Waves Japanese baseball team, were invited to the Mariners spring training camp. They trained for the first 2 weeks and even had opportunities to play in the first 4 games of spring training. Unfortunately, Ichiro suffered food poisoning and only played 1 game with just 2 at-bats. Sometimes I do wonder how he would have performed had he been healthy. Well, and they're showing all the bloopers. And now Randy Arozarena is up to the plate as we are back from the break, and Mariners have a lot of making up to do because they are down 1-0, and yesterday the Mariners had just gotten out of the skin of their teeth, and now they got to do it again. And Randy Arozarena is a leadoff hitter, which I don't like that idea still. Joe Boyle, the hard-throwing right-hander out of Houston for the Oakland, and now he gets jammed up and popped up and fouled. He's a big guy, isn't he? 6'8". Hard-throwing right-hander. As we're at 0-1, and the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And like TK says, it seems that Tampa Bay seem to have fixed him. He's having a pretty good season thus far. Now we're at 1-1. Low for a ball. And that is going to be 2-1. Now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And he's just took a step back, and that's going to be a 102-mile-an-hour fastball, and that is strike 2. It was slightly out of the strike zone, but unfortunately, the umpire says that it was a strike as we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball, and that is 3-2. And that was a 94-mile-an-hour pitch. Arozarena's batting .248 with a .349 on-base percentage. And now the pitch. Way outside for ball 4. Take your base. And now it's going to be the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, who is still the Major League home run leader of 43 home runs. He is ahead of Kyle Schwarber's 41 home runs and Shohei Ohtani with 38 home runs. Eugenio Suarez, 37 home runs. Aaron Judge with 37 home runs himself. And now here is Cal Raleigh. See if he can do damage in the throw to first, and that is going to be not in time. But Randy has got to do something. Command looks like it's been a problem for Boyle. I can get a lot of walks on this. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And that is the 1-0 count. Now we're at 1-0. And the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. And he is just throwing absolute flamethrowers. He's thrown so many 100-mile-an-hour pitches. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. Gets away. And now Randy Arozarena gets a free pass to second base. With no outs, what can possibly go wrong in this game? That was way outside. And Boyle is really losing command on his pitches. Now we're at 2-1. For the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Now we're at 2-1. I already said that. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. 2-2. This guy's got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a tough one. Cal Raleigh has a well above average hard hit and an average exit velo of 92. And now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And that is ball 3. Guess we're seeing why the A's traded him this game. I guess so. Now we're at 3-2. Let's see if Cal Raleigh can really make a big impact for this game, which is really going to be needed. 3-2. And now the pitch. And a big swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to be 1 out. And now it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez to see what he can do. Batting .252 this season. He's playing better than last year, however. But he's still got to be Julio Rodriguez that we want to know and love. And now here's Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. He really chased for that one. That is strike 1. On deck is going to be Josh Naylor. And then in the hole is Eugenio Suarez. Now here's Julio, 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch. Way up high for a ball. And that is going to be 1-1. So much pitching for Boyle. Either that he pitches like this the entire game or he finally settles down, which also could happen, especially when you're playing the Mariners on a pitcher-friendly ballpark. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And he tried to frame that one, and that is going to be ball 2. Just barely that was a ball. 2 balls and a strike. As we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right center field. Is that going to be enough? And that is gone. That's a home run for Julio Rodriguez. And the Mariners have just taken the lead to make it 2-1. Julio! His 22nd home run of the season. Mariners 2, Tampa Bay 1. And what a way to respond to a 1-0 deficit, especially on Ichiro night. Randy Arozarena getting on base, getting to second base, and Julio Rodriguez bringing him home and himself for the 2-run home run. So much dancing. It's like, let's just get back into it. And the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And now the pitch. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. Now it's 1-2 on Josh Naylor. Twentieth going to be for, and it's going to go to Josh Naylor, the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. And now it's going to be 1-2 on Josh Naylor. Now 1-2, the pitch. Now here's a fly ball. And yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. Went to center field. And that's going to be 2 outs. That was a nice swing by Julio. And that's going to be strike 1. Let's go, Eugenio Suarez. Let's add a home run yourself as well. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. He went reaching for that one. And that is going to be strike 2 on Eugenio Suarez. The good vibes only. As we're at 0-2. And the pitch. And he swung at a bad one. And that's going to be 0-2. It's not like he was going to get a home run out of that one. I mean, this guy he just wants that meat. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. But however, Julio Rodriguez puts the Mariners on the board, and he had just given the Mariners a 2-1 lead. And we will be back after this timeout. 2000 would be the final season for Ichiro in the NPB, where he batted .387, 12 home runs, 73 RBIs, and 21 stolen bases. With Ichiro fulfilling his 9-year requirement in the NPB in order to be eligible for Major League Baseball, he finally became a free agent after years of interest playing in the Major League Baseball. The Seattle Mariners, who already had Ichiro in the 1999 spring training through an exchange program with the Blue Waves, successfully signed Ichiro to a 3-year, $14 million contract after bidding $13.2 million for his posting rights, which was $4 million more than the Los Angeles Dodgers. To add more detail to this story, Mariners owner at the time, Hiroshi Yamauchi, authorized the Mariners to do whatever it took to get Ichiro on the Mariners. Former Mariners president Chuck Armstrong stated, "Mr. Yamauchi told us, whatever we have to spend, we needed to spend what it took to get him." Also, the Mariners had connections with Ichiro years prior through former Mariners scouting coordinator Jim Colborn, who oversaw players in the Pacific Rim and heavily influenced the Mariners to sign Ichiro. Yep, and how unbelievable how the Mariners were able to get Ichiro. But it's also hard to believe that if you think about it, he was a heavily doubted player where they thought that he wasn't going to make it. And now you know. Ichiro will always be a Mariners legend and a baseball legend. We should be back from the break in just a moment. And we are back from the break, and now they're talking to Felix Hernandez. And now here's the pitch, and that is inside for a ball. I don't know you, but hello. Thank you for being on my show. As we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's the ground ball right to Cole Young. Throw to first. And that's going to be in time. And that's going to be 1 out.
About Ichiro besides the fact that
I mean, well, if you see the club, I played here a long time.
Now here's the pitch. It's going to be a swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 1. And tomorrow I should be back for another Mariners game. It's going to be against Tampa Bay once again. I should be joined by Jay Trident Podcast tomorrow. As here's the 0-1, and that's going to be a foul ball. And now it's going to be 0-2. And now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball again. It's going to be 0-2. And the pitch. And he go? He did not. Now it's going to be a 1-2 count. And the pitch. It's going to be low for a ball, 2-2. It's 2-2 for Fiducia. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field, and Dom Canzone is there, and he makes the catch. And that's going to be 2 outs. And now here's the pitch. And that is actually going to be a strike. Sean Lee, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Go Mariners indeed, and congratulations to Ichiro. Now here is Kim Ah-sung, and now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. Kim Ah-sung has been playing pretty lightly for the Tampa Bay Rays. He was actually one of the coveted free agents. And now here's a ground ball right to Cole Young. Throw to first. And that's going to be in time, and that is going to retire the side. Ha-sung Kim is the guy who just got out. How's he been doing this season? He's only played 15 games, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 204 with a 291. Hasn't really amounted to much. And now we're going to go into commercial break. In the first half, Ichiro blossomed into a superstar and contributed to the Mariners being the best team in baseball. He was voted in to be a starter in the 2001 All-Star Game, in Seattle, along with 7 other Mariners representing as well. In the All-Star game, Ichiro in his first at-bat went up against Randy Johnson and got an infield base hit, beating Randy Johnson to first base. Later on in the season, he helped the Mariners not only win the 2001 American League West Division, but he also helped the Mariners tie the Major League single-season record of 116 wins, along with the 1906 Chicago Cubs. In the division series against the Cleveland Indians, Ichiro batted an amazing .600, which was actually the Major League record in the division series at the time, and the Mariners edged out the Indians in 5 games. Unfortunately, in the American League Championship Series against the Yankees, Ichiro struggled, batting just .222, and the Mariners would lose 4 games to 1. Overall, Ichiro batted a league-leading .350 along with 242 hits, which is still the rookie record, and the league-leading 56 stolen bases. He also got the 2001 AL MVP award and Rookie of the Year, along with a Silver Slugger and a Gold Glove. Ichiro and Fred Lynn are the only players to this day to win the MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season. Yep, Ichiro. That was his 2001 season. And we are back from the break. Now here's Polanco, and that's going to be up high for a ball. Canzone and Crawford are to follow. Then Cole Young. Now here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did go. Indeed. That was a terrible swing by Jorge Polanco. Not a wise swing whatsoever. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. Current homestand, he's 6 for 22 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs, Jorge Polanco. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, and Boyle is still reeling in those 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. This guy's got a huge gas of an arm, I must say. Now we're at 1-2 on Polanco. And the pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball. One and two. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 1-2. The pitch. Up high for a ball. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Now here's a liner and fouled. Now it's 2-2. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field, and it's going to be not enough, and he's going to make the catch, and that's going to be 1 out. Excuse me, that's going to be out number 2. Shohei Ohtani will be visiting the Mariners on September 26th through 28th. It's going to be weird that it's going to be the last games of the season. Now here's Dom Canzone up to the plate, and it is just 1 out. And the pitch. And he got jammed up, popped up, and that is going to be a foul ball. Jay Buhner is now with the podium. Wonder if Ichiro's going to make one. of an appearance. And the pitch low for a ball. And that's going to be 1-1. Now we're at 1-1 for Canzone. And now the pitch low for a ball, and that almost hit him. And that's going to be 2-1 for Dom Canzone. Now it's 2-1 still. Looking at 2-1. And now the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul again. Oh, and it's going to be a swing and a miss, strike three, or just strike three in general. And now it's going to be 2 outs, and it's going to be up to J.P. Crawford. Canzone's batting average now drops to 279. Oh, yeah, Sean Lee. I also had the pleasure to watch almost all of them myself. Definitely not enough of Ken Griffey Jr., but definitely Edgar Martinez. Definitely Jay Buhner. Jamie Moyer, John Olerud. Now it's 0-1 the count. And the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. I mean, Sean Lee, who is your most favorite Mariner of all time? I mean, I have my favorite, but it's a very unliked one. But I think he is due for a Mariners Hall of Fame, in my opinion. The pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Junior, if you end up unsubscribing to my channel, I won't blame you for this, but here's my favorite all-time Mariner. This guy. As we're at 1-2 on the J.P. Crawford, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that is going to retire the side. We go into the very next inning, top of the third, and it is still 2-1 Mariners. In the first half, he hit .321, including a 50-hit month of May, which got him another start for the 2004 All-Star Game. In the second half, he caught fire with 50 hits in July, August, and September, October, and he batted .429 in the second half. As the season was drawing to a close, he was right on the tail of George Sisler's 1920 single-season hit record of .257. On October 1st, 2004, Ichiro tied Sisler at .257, and then on his very next at-bat, Ichiro broke the record.
And a ground ball back up the middle, and there it is! He's a new all-time hit king!
He was then congratulated by Sisler's granddaughter, Frances Drockelman.
To Mrs. Drockelman, and congratulating her.
Ichiro finished the season batting a career-high .372, 262 hits, and 36 stolen bases, and he even posted a career-high 9.2 wins above replacement. I hear you. I mean, everyone liked A-Rod. He was a very lovable star for the Mariners until the move, but I don't think that was fair for him because he was offered the biggest contract, and the Mariners just didn't want to match with it. They didn't even try to negotiate. They didn't even attempt at a legitimate extension. So that's on ownership on that one. And somehow the Mariners won the PR battle on that one, which he shouldn't have won. They shouldn't have won that one. They should have been heavily criticized and vilified for that. September of 2009 was when Ichiro had that walk-off home run against Mariano Rivera. And now we are back from the break, and now here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike for Peters. I wonder if Peters is making his Major League debut. I think it is his Major League debut. And the pitch. He played yesterday, so yesterday was his Major League debut. Now we're at 1-1, and now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And now the 1-2 pitch. And now here's going to be a popped up into center JP Crawford, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be 1 out. Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball for Gray. Batting only 100, Gray is. And the pitch. And that's going to be popped up into the shortstop, or who someone's got to talk. And Randy Rosarena's got it, and that is going to be 2 outs. Ichiro has tallied 4367 professional hits, 1278 in Japan, and 3089 in Major League Baseball. And now the pitch. That is low for a ball. Ichiro indeed was a Mr. 3000. But Pete Rose thinks that he shouldn't have won. He shouldn't have been considered as the most hittingest, all-time hittingest player in Major League history. Although Pete Rose said he respected his game and loved his game, he still thinks that he is the number 1 in the major leagues. And the pitch. And that is going to be a ball again. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. That's going to be 3-1 for Yandy Diaz. Now here's the 3-1. And that's going to be ball 4. Take your base. Oh, they're talking about that Ichiro cannon of an arm when he threw it all the way to David Bell to tag Terrence Long in 2001 against the Oakland A's. And that is a strike. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball foul. And that's going 0-2 the low. And he reaches it, and that's going to be a foul ball. So we're at 0-2 for Lau. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to right field and foul. Maybe shouldn't even pitch to him at this point. It's a huge crowd for the Mariners. Over 45,000, it looks like. Now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. Way outside for a ball, and that is 1-2. as we're at 1-2 on Brandon Lau. Let's get him out and get him out fast. And now here is going to be the pitch, eventually 1-2. And the pitch. Now here's a liner. Oh, right to Crawford. And that is going to retire the side. And let me show you that Ichiro impression since they showed that play with the Terrence Long against in the 2001 season.
マリナーズの伝説、イチロー鈴木が野球の殿堂に選ばれ、彼のスピーチの中で、長年のマリナーズのブロードキャスター、ディックリズのモノマネを試みました。
When I showed up at the camp each spring, my arm was already in shape, waiting for Mariners broadcaster Rick Ritz to say, "Holy smoke! A laser beam strike from Ichiro!"
Ground ball, base hit into right field. Heading for third is Terrence Long. The throw by Ichiro. Beautiful. Peggy got him. Holy smoke, a laser beam strike from Ichiro.
Holy smoke! A laser beam strike from Ichiro!
彼の印象はいかがだったと思いますか？コメントに残してください。
Yeah, what'd you think of that? Looks like there's still time in these commercials. Did the record breaker. 2005 was a down season for Ichiro by his standards, where he batted .303, 206 hits, and 33 stolen bases, but a career-high 15 home runs and 12 triples, getting him another All-Star appearance. There were two notable highlights of his 2005 season, when he robbed Garrett Anderson of a home run in Spider-Man style, and on June 14, 2005, Ichiro reached a milestone where he hit his 1,000th Major League hit. He was able to accomplish this faster than... And we are back from the break. Here's Cole Young, who is batting ninth. And the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. And they're saying that Cole Young bats pretty well when he's the ninth hitter. Let's see if that is actually true. So he's batting ninth. He's batting .261. He bats the best at that. As we're at 3-0 for Cole Young. And the pitch. And that's going to be outside up high for ball 4. Take your base. And Cole Young starts this inning with a walk. He has a .326 on base percentage. Randy Arozarena is now up to the plate. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 1-0. And the pitch. And that is a strike. We're at 1-1. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And Cole Young's going to stop at second base. And that is going to be runners on first and second with still nobody out. What could actually go wrong? Now it's Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and let's see what damage he can do for the Mariners like he did last night to secure the Mariners a huge key victory. Mariners is the all-time, Ichiro is now the all-time hits leader of 2542, highest in batting average, at-bats, triples, and stolen bases of 438. And the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left field. Is that going to be enough? And that is gone. That is a 3-run home run by the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And the Mariners are breaking this open to a 5-1 lead. That is now Cal Raleigh's 44th home run of the season. It's the Mariners 5 and Tampa Bay 1. What a huge blast by Cal Raleigh. He crosses his arm to meet Randy Arozarena. An unbelievable home run. I just cannot believe what I just saw. That was just absolutely smoked out of there. 44, third most by catcher in a single season, just behind Salvador Perez and the great Johnny Bench of Cincinnati. And he's just getting closer and closer to records. The pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left field, and that is gone. Back-to-back home runs by the Mariners by Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez to make it 23 home runs of the season. And the Mariners now take a 6-1 lead. And that just happened at a huge blink of an eye. And he was just sprinting it right through. That was an absolute laser by Julio Rodriguez. And the Mariners are absolutely on fire. But you got to keep it up because you do not want to let up and give Tampa Bay a chance to make any kind of a comeback. But it is now 6-1. And now here's Josh Naylor up to the plate. What can he do? And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And the mojo has just ended right there. And actually, no, it's actually going out of play. I cannot believe what I saw. A back-to-back home runs. Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez pretty much on the first pitch. Three home runs in this game. First it's by Julio, then Cal Raleigh, and then Julio Rodriguez again. And now the pitch. And check swing, did he go? Yes, he did, and that's going to be 0-2. Just unbelievable. So much for the erratic throw, the big throw. And now here's the ground ball to second base, throw to first, and that's going to be in time. Cal Raleigh was a thing. Home run was a thing of beauty. Let's see Julio's home run because that one was just an absolute laser. And here's Gino Suarez up to the plate. What can he do for damage? 6-1 Mariners lead. And the pitch. And that is going to be way inside for a ball. Now here's the 2-0 pitch. Way inside for a ball. Three 3-0 for Eugenio Suarez. And the pitch. Way inside for a ball. Ball 4, take your base. And I got this. All I got to say is this.
All right, guys. Goodbyes only. Don't forget it. Stop it. Thank you.
I guess so. Thanks for saying it, TK. That home run was literally a laser. Now here's Jorge Polanco up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. As now we're at 0-1 the count on Jorge Polanco. And the pitch. And that is low for a ball, just missing it for a ball. Mariners are living and dying by the home run, literally. That's all their runs have been. And the pitch. Up high for a ball. Now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Did he go? Oh, he did go. And that's going to be 2-2 on Jorge Polanco. We're absolutely at 2-2. Polanco hasn't actually struck out more than the average, so that's good. As we're at 2-2, and now the pitch. Low for a ball. That nearly got away. Now it's going to be 3-2. But I'm telling you, the Mariners have got to keep it up. You got to keep scoring runs. That's all I'm going to say. Now we're at 3-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs. And now next up to the plate is going to be Dom Canzone. Fernando Tatis. Now here's Dom Canzone up to the plate, and now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 1. And the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And that's going to be 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's the ground ball. Yep, right to the shortstop. Throw to first. And it's going to be in time. But back-to-back home runs by the Mariners by Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh. First it was Cal Raleigh and then Julio Rodriguez. And now we will go into commercial break in honor of Ichiro Suzuki. Actually, this one's going to be a little bit of a... This one you're probably not going to like. Before the 2006 season, Ichiro represented his country Japan for the 2006 World Baseball Classic, but before the tournament, Ichiro was met with controversy when he made derogatory comments about Japan's bitter rival South Korea. He stated that South Korea smelled like garlic.
That's hurtful, man. Well, next time, just let it go. Let it go.
He allegedly stated that he wanted to beat South Korea so badly that South Korea won't want to play Japan for another 30 years. However, that statement was deemed to be mistranslated, as the actual statement was, "I want to win in a way that the opponent would think, we cannot catch up with Japan for the coming 30 years. We should not merely win the games." Yeah, that seemed to be the more correct statement. Or was it? Japan was then in a must-win situation against South Korea in order to avoid the possibility of elimination. The game was tied until the top of the 8th inning when South Korea put 2 men on base, and then Lee Jong-bom, also known as the Korean Ichiro, drove in 2 runs to put South Korea ahead 2-0. Japan in the bottom of the 9th inning did bring the game to within 1 with a home run by Tsuyoshi Nishioka, but Oh Sung-won closed the door to give South Korea the needed victory where they would advance to the championship round. After the game, South Korea taunted Japan by placing the Korean flag on the pitcher's mound, and Ichiro didn't exactly take it lightly due to Japan being eliminated from the tournament. Oh wait, the very next day, Mexico performed a huge upset on the United States, which had players such as Alex Rodriguez, Ken Griffey Jr., Roger Clemens, Derek Jeter, and Chipper Jones. Wait, that team couldn't beat Mexico? With the United States out of the tournament, that put Japan in the championship round against South Korea. And we are back from the break. As Logan Evans is now working on a very comfortable lead. And we got Josh Rawlwich as the visitor. And now we're at 0-1 for Lowe. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. And that's going to be 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a liner right to Cole Young, and that is going to be 1 out.
And so there's the Ozzie Smith rather, charity function, and then the next day is this golf event. But Ichiro said he couldn't play it.
He did. It was pretty cool in January when they.
Now the pitch, and that is a strike.
In shape for the tournament he's got coming up, or the game in Japan coming up at the end of the month. So we had to find a little local, little.
And now we're at 0-1, and now here's the pitch, and that is going to be way outside for a ball. 1-1. That is Josh Rawlwich. He's a president of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and the museum. As we're at 1-1, and the pitch, and that's going to be right in there for a strike. 1-2. As we're at 1-2, the pitch, and that is going to be low for a ball. And now here's the 2-2, and that's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a broken bat, and that is going to be a foul ball for Junior Caminero. Oh, and that bat actually landed perfectly on the baseball field. Look at that. Oh, man, that could have hurt someone. Now it's 2-2 on Caminero. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball.
He could feel the history when he held George Sisler's bat in his hand, or he was able to touch a jersey.
Showing Ichiro on the camera. Now here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time it had to do with whoever's record he happened to be beating, because I think in a strange way he wanted to understand them a little bit better. He's such a student of the game of history, and as we know, he is so.
Now here's Simpson up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike.
He wanted to see Babe Ruth's bat, so it's not that Ichiro wanted to see Murakami's glove, or these guys wanted to see the history of the people that they're chasing. Yeah, chasing in America.
And now the pitch, and that's going to be a ball. They're having a hot dog. As we're at 0-2. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a liner and a diving effort by Cole Young, but just wasn't there. Just came up short, and now that's going to be a man on first base with 2 outs, though.
And what's really special is that you get to watch people come in every single day, and they're living out their dreams. They've spent their whole life.
Now here's Evans, and that is going to be a ball, 1-0. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball, 2-0. This is Hunter Beduisha, as we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. And that is going to be up high for a ball. Throw to second. And he is out of there. And a nice throw by Cal Raleigh to throw him out to end this inning. And that's going to retire the side. And I wonder if Tampa Bay is going to challenge the call. It sounds like they're going to. Let's see how close he really was. Looks like it was really close. Yep, they're ending this inning right now. It's a nice play by Cal Raleigh, no doubt about it. In the semifinals, the game was once again tightly contested, where there were no runs scored through 6 innings, until Japan feasted on South Korea, scoring 5 runs in the 7th inning, off notable MLB Korean pitcher star Byung-Young Kim. Wait, South Korea. Did you forget that Byung-Young Kim nearly cost the Diamondbacks the 2001 World Series against the Yankees? Oh wait, it was just one game? Well, how about this one that happened the very next game?
Here in Game 5, Brocious hits one in the left. The wall. The Yankees have tied it again.
And yet you still let him compete in the tournament? Japan ultimately defeated South Korea 6-0 and won the championship over Cuba 10-6, and Ichiro was a significant part of the victory. Ichiro overall in the tournament batted .363, 1 home run, and 5 RBIs. Yeah, South Korea, maybe you shouldn't have prematurely celebrated by placing the flag on the pitcher's mound. Yeah, you jinxed it. Great job. Well, it's good to see that the Mariners they're rolling along. They're doing just a drone show? What about just fireworks shows, man? Come on. Mariners have 3 home runs today. And it's going to be J.P. Crawford up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be way outside for a ball. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball.
Everything that we've seen happen, on the field before the game, to the game itself, to, all of the.
And the 1-1. And that is outside for a ball. And the 2-1. And that is up high for a ball. 3-1 for J.P. Crawford. Now we're at 3-1. And the pitch. And that is going to be strike 2. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. That's going to be ball 4. Take your base. Man, people would just say make your own pizza, wouldn't they? I've had Papa Murphy's, though. It is pretty good. Now here's Cole Young up to the plate and the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And it looks like runner was going. Was he going? Looks like he didn't go at all. Wish he did. And now here's Cole Young and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. And the 0-2. Low for a ball, 1-2. Now we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball in the throw to second, and Crawford gets in there easily. And now we got a runner on second base, J.P. Crawford. Now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball and foul. That looked like a good swing for just a moment. But that is going to be a foul ball, unfortunately. As now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 2-2. And the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball. 3-2. We're at 3-2. Boyle's now at 81 pitches. I think this manager is going to see enough eventually. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. I want to see where Tampa Bay is up to in the standings. They are 57-60, so they seem to be out of contention since it's August. Yeah, they're like 5 games away out of contention. So, I mean, thankfully, this is a down year for the American League. The pitch. And ball 4, take your base. And now you got runners on first and second. But the bad news is that means there's a double play opportunity for the Tampa Bay Rays. And that's going to be Randy Arozarena. Let's see what he can do. Now we're at the pitch. Way outside. A little bit outside for a ball. And the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. And the pitch. And that is going to be in there for a strike.
throws and do those 3 pitches well. Tonight, you're just having trouble.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. As we're at 2-2 for Rosarena. And the pitch. Now here's a popped up, and that's not going to get anything done. Yanni Diaz is going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that is going to be 2 away. And now it's going to be up to Cal Raleigh. Can he do some damage for the Mariners? Again, because he hit that home run previously. Can he make it home run number 45? Oh, and looks like the manager has seen enough for the pitcher. That was Boyle, and he is done. And now they're going to go in for the left-hander to make Cal Raleigh hit on the right side. And we'll be back after this timeout. In the 2007 season, Ichiro reached a milestone where from April 29, 2006 and May 16, 2007, he set the American League record of 45 stolen bases without getting caught. The Major League record belongs to Vince Coleman, who once played for the 1995 Seattle Mariners. Ichiro had an amazing first half as well, where he batted .359, including batting .427 in June, which may have been a part of the Mariners' 8-game winning streak and put them at 45-33, putting them well into playoff contention. They hadn't played this well since 2003, since the Mariners struggled heavily since the 2004 season. Ichiro was then selected to the 2007 All-Star Game, and he put on a show. In the 5th inning, Ichiro hit an inside-the-park home run, and this was the only time he did so in his Major League career. He then won the MVP of the 2007 All-Star Game. Man, they're showing Padres. Tatis hitting a home run off Brian Wu. That's mean. Baseball Zen. And Cal Raleigh, we are back from the break. And can he hit another home run? He is just behind Johnny Bench to tie it at 45. Salvador Perez with 48 home runs in 2021. Yeah, Johnny Bench, one of the all-time greats. Now here is the pitch to Cal Raleigh, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, a big swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 1. He's really going for it. Mason Montgomery is the man. He's a left-hander with a 5.19 ERA, so there's opportunity for the Mariners. The pitch, way inside for a ball. And by the way, it's another 100-mile-an-hour flamethrower. Big surprise there. As now we're at 1-1 for big dumper Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch, swing and a miss, and strike 2. He is still trying to go for it. Cal Raleigh has hit home runs in 2 consecutive games for the Mariners. He's at 44 and he's at 43 and 44. He's also tied Jay Buhner. So I'm trying to remember. It was Griffey. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cal Raleigh is actually tied for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's tied for 6th in home runs. And the pitch, low for a ball. As we're at 1-0 And now the pitch. Low for a ball, and that's going to be 2-0. Now we're at 2-0. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, and it looked good for just a moment. I mean, with 2 outs, you would think that he's got nothing to lose. He just wants to go for it. He wants to go for that home run number 3. That's what he wants. As we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball and foul. He is still trying for it. He's trying to do something, I guess, that Tino Martinez could not even do. He hit a solo home run, a 2-run home run, a 3-run home run, and he almost hit a grand slam home run. So it could have been the home run cycle. As we're at 2-2 for Julio Rodriguez, and now the pitch. And a foul ball, and he's still trying to, he's going for it. You can tell by the fact that he's smiling that he really wants to hit that 3-run home run. And after that, he'll try to hit the grand slam home run. And Julio would heavily make history, as we're at 2-2 for Julio Rodriguez. Can he do it? Another 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul again. He's really trying. Julio is homered in his 2 at-bats. Can he do it again to make it home run number 3? He has 6 career home run multi-games. A pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. The Mariners waste a huge opportunity with 2 men on, and we will be back after this timeout. Shortly after the 2007 All-Star Game, Ichiro and the Mariners agreed to a 5-year, $90 million extension. However, controversially, it was rumored that Ichiro only accepted an extension due to the resigning of Mariners manager Mike Hargrove. Initially, when Mike Hargrove joined the Mariners in 2005, he wanted to change Ichiro's hitting style by wanting him to draw more walks. Obviously, Ichiro did not take that lightly, and both of them were not able to coexist. Mike Hargrove resigned on July 1st, 2007, right in the middle of the Mariners' 8-game winning streak. Initially in the second half, the Mariners still played decent with the exception of a 6-game losing streak in late July. They played well for the majority of August when they were 20 games above 500, but then between August 25th to September 11th, the Mariners went on a 3-15 stretch, which effectively put them out of playoff contention. Despite finishing the season 88-74, Ichiro batted .351 with a league-leading 238 hits and 37 stolen bases. Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. And we are back from the break, as it's a 1-0 count on Fiducia. And now here is the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, and that's going to be a foul ball, really close. And that's going to be 1-0, 1-1. That was real close. If Cal Raleigh were to hit another home run, not only would he tie Johnny Bench, he'll also tie Ken Griffey Jr.'s top 5th in home runs as a Mariner. That's going to be low for a ball. And it's been a very unprecedented season for Cal Raleigh. Cannot put this to waste as we're at 2-1. It's been 2 of the past rough seasons for the Mariners, a 2-1. And that's going to be a 3-1 count. As we're at 3-1. And now here's the pitch. Way up high for a ball. 64 pitches for Logan Evans thus far. And here's Kim Ah-sung for the pitch. Now here's a fly ball drilled to left field and just fouled. It looked like it was good to go. Now here is Kim with an 0-1. And now the pitch. And swing and a miss, strike 2. Now we're at 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Could not believe that somebody so important, somebody that was so revered in baseball, took the time to know everybody's name. And I can
Now the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that is fouled. We're at 0-1, and that's going to be a ball. As we're at 1-1, and that's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 1-2 for Peters, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, or swing and a foul ball, and that's going to be still 1-2. If they were trying to win now, he would have been pulled before the inning started. They have rested long relievers and aren't using them. As we're at 1-2. As we're at 1-2 for Peters. And the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field and fouled again. And the ball boy just lost the ball. Now we're at 1-2. And the pitch. And strike 3 called, and that is going to be 2 outs. Logan Evans is pitching himself a pretty good game. He has now 4 strikeouts.
just, up and in, up and away, down and in.
Now it's Sonny, not Sonny Gray. It's going to be Gray to the plate, the pitch. Now here's a ground ball and fouled.
His strikeouts tonight, he's got one on the sweeper, a couple on the sweeper actually. Cutter as well. But really he's done a nice job of just keeping him off the barrel. The ground balls, the weak fly balls.
Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball popped up in the center field, and Julio's going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. And we go to bottom of the 5th inning. Mariners are up 6-1. Early in 2009, Ichiro represented Japan once again in the 2009 World Baseball Classic, and I would explain how the tournament went leading up to the championship game, but it's just way too complicated to explain, and even more complicated to explain than the 2006 World Baseball Classic. Anyway, South Korea and Japan squared off for the championship game in Los Angeles. In the 3rd inning, Japan jumped out to a 1-0 lead, but failed to score more runs with the bases loaded, ending in a double play. However, in the bottom of the 5th inning, Shin-Soo Choo, who was playing for the Cleveland Indians at the time, hit a solo home run to tie the game. Japan then took a 2-1 lead in the 7th inning, contributed by an Ichiro bunt which led to an RBI single by Nakajima. Then in the 8th inning, Japan added another run by a sacrifice fly by Iwamura. Japan was just 6 outs away from winning the championship over South Korea. However, South Korea scored a run by a sacrifice fly by Ideho, which was contributed by a Ibum Hole double. Then in the bottom of the 9th inning, with the game being 3-2 Japan lead, Yu Darvish came onto the mound, who was typically a starter, but Japan wanted one of their top pitchers to finish the game. However, Ibum Hole hit a clutch RBI single to tie the game at 3-3. South Korea had a great chance to walk it off, but failed to do so. In the top of the 11th inning, Japan had runners on 2nd and 3rd, and it was Ichiro up to bat. I remember watching this game cheering for my family's country, South Korea, and I was horrified to watch Ichiro even as a diehard Mariners fan. Ichiro scored in 2 runs to put Japan up 5-3, and that was his 4th hit of the game. Yu Darvish then ended South Korea with a strikeout, and Japan won the tournament for the 2nd time in a row. I remember in high school the day after that game, my history teacher, who was actually the baseball coach at the time, knowing that I'm Korean, he certainly reminded me of Ichiro's game-winning hit. Along with some of my classmates who are Mariners fans, also reminded me. They asked me stuff like,
"Hey Joe, did you see that hit by Ichiro?"
And I was like, you. It still really hurts to this day, but I'm Korean. Can you really blame me? And we are back from the break as Naylor just took one for a strike. Actually, it was a foul ball. Naylor is 0 for 2 today. It's crazy to think that the Mariners got Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor on the team as we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And it's low for a ball, 1-1. Josh Naylor has flied out and ground out, batting .287 with 14 home runs and 65 RBIs. Mariners really trying to go for that championship as we're at 1-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're at 1-2 on Naylor. And time has been called. Now we're at 1-2. And a big reach, and that is going to be a fly ball to left field, and that's going to get by for a base hit. And Josh Naylor is going to go out there with a stand-up double. Nice gutsy hit by Josh Naylor. I thought the fielder was going to catch it too. And now you got man on second base.
Simpson can cover a lot of ground out there, but can't get to this one. It was just sweeping down the left field line.
And now the pitch to Suarez. And a big swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to be an easy play by the shortstop, Ha-Sung Kim. And that is going to be 1 out. And now here's Naylor and goes for third base. And another stolen base, and he's perfect. He has 11 stolen bases since joining the Mariners. Just absolutely insane. Now the pitch to Polanco. That's going to be low for a ball. Going to be 2-0. Now we're at 2-0 for Polanco, the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. As we're at 2-1. And the pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball. As we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Oh, what a horrible swing. Yeah, he deserves a strikeout on that one. And that's going to be 2 outs. And now it's going to be up to Dom Canzone. Can he bring in a run? Because I want some more runs. I don't want to just be content with being 6-1. I want them to be scoring as many runs as they possibly can to finish this off. Win the series and just be a half game back from Houston. And the pitch to Canzone. And that is a strike. Teresa K says, I don't know who these Mariners are, but I have so much hope after the trade deadline. Now a deep playoff push, please. Let's go for a World Series. Now here's 0-1, and that is low for a ball, and that is going to be 1-1. Dom Canzone has struggled. He has struck out and ground. Now we're at 1-1. Now we're looking at 1-1, and the pitch. Way up high for a ball, and that's going to be 2-0. As now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field, and that is caught. And that is going to retire the side. No, I want World Series. I've been wanting a World Series for far too long. Now some more Ichiro videos.
In the 2009 season, Ichiro finally achieved his dream of playing alongside his favorite player, Ken Griffey Jr. However, he did miss the first 8 games of the 2009 season due to a bleeding ulcer which may have been contributed by the stress of playing in the World Baseball Classic. I mean, with playing South Korea so many times and in the championship game, I could see why. In the 2009 season, Ichiro made his season debut on April 15th when Ken Griffey Jr. hit his 400th home run as a Mariner, and Ichiro followed with a grand slam home run. The Mariners went on to win 11-3 over the Angels. On September 6, 2009, Ichiro made another achievement by collecting his 2000th Major League hit, and he became the second fastest player to reach that milestone behind Al Simmons. Then on September 13th, Ichiro hit his 200th hit for the 9th consecutive season, setting an all-time Major League record. I'm not sure if that record will be broken again. Later on September 18th, 2009, it was the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Mariners were down 2-1 against the New York Yankees. Despite Felix Hernandez pitching a complete game, and was in line to lose the game, Ichiro went up against Yankees legend Mariano Rivera, and he hit this amazing 2-run walk-off home run. After the end of the 2009 season, with the Mariners' 85th victory, a very special moment happened. Ichiro and Ken Griffey Jr. were carried off the field despite the fact the Mariners missed the playoffs once again, but the morale seemed to be very high since the Mariners were able to recover from the disastrous 2008 season, and it had seemed that Ken Griffey Jr. turned around the culture of the team and things looked bright for the future. Ichiro later admitted when playing with Ken Griffey Jr., he helped me in more ways than I can express being his teammate. He helped me in more ways than I can express. Being his teammate is truly one of my career highlights. Man, if only Ichiro and Griffey played together in the late 1990s. We are back from the break, and Logan Evans is on the mound for the top of the 6th. He is now at 76 pitches. He has pitched very well in this game. Yanni Diaz is now up to the plate, and now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. As we're at 2-0, the count. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. As we're at 2-1. And that is inside for a ball, and that is going to be 3-1. And now the pitch. And that is going to be ball 4, take your base. Ichiro made his major league debut on April 2nd, 2001, got his first hit, and the oldest. He already went through. Now here is the pitch, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. Arguably, Ichiro's prime was actually in 2004. This is Lau up to the plate, who just hit a solo home run. Which I would say Logan Evans should try to go as long as he can. As we're at 0-1, the pitch. Low for a ball, and that nearly gets away. Cal Raleigh scoops it up, and thankfully nobody ran. That was Yanni Diaz, who probably should have ran for that. Would like to see a double play on this one, though. And a pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And Lau seems very frustrated about it. And Rosarena makes the catch. And that is going to be 1 out. We got Ferguson, Caleb Ferguson in the bullpen. One of the Mariners' trade deadline acquisitions. You got 1 out and 1 on. Now here is the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball. As we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 1. Like Harry Ford in Tacoma has given the home run. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Yep, Harry Ford is blasting home runs. I would think that he may get an opportunity for next season, or he could be used as a trade asset. And I really thought he was going to be used as a trade piece this season, as we're at 1-2 on Low. Or could they make him a first baseman? There's a lot of questions to be answered for Harry Ford. Gotta see what positions he has played so far. He's played left field, designated hitter, and catcher. The 1-2, and that is going to be a foul ball. For his fielding, he's only done left field, outfield in general. Yeah, just left field.
And just catcher. And the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul. We could really use a double play to get out of this inning quick. And that home run by Harry Ford, he has now 14 home runs this season. Batting .295 with a .412 on base percentage. He has just been playing spectacular in the AAA. As now we're at 1-2, and now the pitch. And almost a strike three. And I think even Lau thought he was going to be striking out. I guess not for now. And even was a strike. Now the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that is going to be a base hit. And Yanny Diaz is going to go for third. Is Julio going to throw it to third? And the throw to third. And it is not in time, but he kind of had a play there. And now we got runners on first and third with just one out. Still got a chance for a double play, though. Oh, and that is going to be it. And Logan Evans will be taken out of the game, and it's going to be up to Caleb Ferguson. And Logan Evans has received a standing ovation for his performance, and he'll be taken out of this game. 2010 would be the final All-Star season for Ichiro, as he achieved another 200-hit season. This put him at a tie with Pete Rose for the most 200-hit seasons in his career, with 10. The only difference between the two was Ichiro did it in consecutive seasons. He also tied the Major League record by leading the league in hits for 7 seasons in a row. He overall batted .315 with 214 hits and 42 stolen bases, giving him another All-Star appearance for the 10th consecutive season. Unfortunately, his success was overshadowed by the fact that the Mariners had another 100-loss season despite huge expectations due to additions of All-Stars Cliff Lee and Sean Figgins. Also, Ken Griffey Jr. ghosted the team by driving home all the way from Seattle after poor play and criticism for rumored reports of Griffey sleeping in the clubhouse during a game.
Mariners の伝説、イチロー鈴木が野球の殿堂に選ばれ、彼のスピーチの中で、長年のマリナーズのブロードキャスター、リックリズのモノマネを試みました。
When I showed up at the camp each spring, my arm was already in shape, waiting for Mariners broadcaster Rick Ritz to say, "Holy smoke! A laser beam strike from Ichiro!"
Ground ball, base hit into right field. Heading for third is Terrence Long. The throw by Ichiro. Beautiful. Peggy got him. Holy smoke, a laser beam strike from Ichiro.
Holy smoke! A laser beam strike from Ichiro!
And we are back from the break as Logan Evans has been taken out of the game. He had 90 pitches, 4 strikeouts, but now he needs help. It's going to be up to Caleb Ferguson going against Junior Caminero. A 3.47 ERA. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Caminero has been one of the key players for the Tampa Bay Rays. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the crazy thing is Caminero is only 22 years old. And the question is, and he's only been, this is actually his first full season in Major League Baseball. He's a long-time prospect, and he became an all-star. He's on his way to have huge numbers. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball belted to deep center field. And Julio is just looking, and that is gone. And we've got a brand new ball game all of a sudden. Junior Caminero has now hit a 3-run home run.
And it is now the Mariners 6 and Tampa Bay 4. And this game has just flipped. And now it's a 2-run ball game. Oh my goodness, what did I just see? As if and I think now the Mariners are definitely in play to lose this game. And that was just absolutely smoked by Junior Caminero. And he's only a 22-year-old kid, believe it or not. Now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Gino Suarez. Throw to first. Great throw. And that's going to be in time, and that's going to finally be 2 outs.
All right, guys. Goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank
I mean, how did he do that? I don't even know if Ben Williamson could have done that. Now we got Fiducia. Now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. And the sad thing is all those runs are going to be charged to Logan Evans too. Now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Strike 2. As we're at 0-2 on Ferguson or Morel. And now the pitch. And that gets away, and that is going to be ball 1. This is now my 50th game of the season. The magic number to break the record is now 11. Now we're at 1-2 on Christopher Morel. And now the pitch. And check swing. Did he go? I'm pretty sure he did. No, he did not go. And that's going to be 2-2. Even if I did every single game for the rest of the season, I would only be at 94, not 100. As we're at 2-2. And now here's the pitch. Low for a ball, 3-2. And Ferguson is struggling in the bullpen. Out of the bullpen. As we're at 3-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, hit the dirt, and that's going to be strike 3. But the Mariners give up 3 runs, and now it's a brand new ball game with the Mariners leading at 6-4. And that's why I was asking the Mariners to get more serious on getting those insurance runs, but it did not happen. But now the Mariners are going to have to make up for those 3 runs that were given up.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Oh, now we're still on commercial break. And now we are back from the break, showing Ichiro's inside the park home run in the 2007 All-Star game. And interestingly enough, Ken Griffey Jr. was the one fielding that. And look how big he got. Still had a pretty decent arm. Just having to roll up to the plate. Now here's J.P. Crawford up to the plate and the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Now we're at 0-1 the count. And now here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. 0-2 on J.P. Crawford. As we're at 0-2 on JP. And the pitch. And that is low for a ball, and that is 1-2 on the JP. As now we're at 1-2 on Crawford. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, and that is 1-2. It does feel like that the Mariners have to at least try to get that World Series because Suarez is on his final year of his contract. Naylor was signed only a 1-year deal with the Diamondbacks, traded to the Mariners. Then you got Logan Gilbert, George Kirby due for extensions, as we're at 1-2 on J.P. Crawford. And now the pitch, way outside for a ball. You got Crawford going to be a free agent after the 2026 season. So there's a lot of concerns on the Mariners. On the future, of course. A lot of future in question, the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Like, there is close to no guarantees of what's going to go on. And now the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that is fouled. You got Luis Castillo, who could be a free agent by 29, so I'm not really worried about that. Cal Raleigh's got a long contract, so not much to worry about. The money doesn't really kick in until like 2026. Right now, he's only making $2.67 million. That was a backloaded contract. The pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Suarez is going to be a free agent after this season. Mitch Garver's probably going to get under a team option. Jorge Polanco's a $750,000 buyout. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul again. And J.P. Crawford continues to battle. Munoz still has years of club control still. But I'm telling you, it may not last. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. We've got Randy Arozarena on arbitration, Logan Gilbert on arbitration, George Kirby still also on arbitration, Gabe Spire on arbitration. So there's a lot of questions and concerns. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. So Dylan Moore is probably going to be gone. Josh Naylor, Eugenio Suarez, Donovan Solano, even though he's not that good. But a lot of concerns for this Mariners team as we're at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Low for a ball, 3-2. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As now we're at 3-2, and now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. Now we're at 3-2. And the pitch. Now here's a fly ball and fouled. J.P. Crawford has been fighting this at bat. 15 pitches so far. Been a lot of a mix-up pitches too, as we're at 3-2. Can he finish this on JP? Not a 3-2. And that's going to be a foul ball. 16 pitches for JP Crawford. And he hears it from the crowd. Donovan Solano's giving him encouragement for it. As we're at 3-2. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field. And Ha-Sung Kim makes the catch. And that's going to be one out. 17 pitch at bat. And fans are giving J.P. Crawford a standing ovation. Yeah, sure, but only Mariners fans would give a player a standing ovation for getting out. Now here's Cole Young up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that is a strike. And now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball, 1-1. As we're at 1-1. Low for a ball, and that is 2-1. Now we're at 2-1. And the pitch. And that is just outside for a ball, 3-1. I want more. I want as many runs as possible. I don't think 6 runs is going to do it, especially with some of the offensive talent that Tampa Bay has. As we're at 3-1. Now the pitch. And that is a foul ball, 3-2. As now we're at 3-2. And the pitch. Outside for ball 4. Take your base. And now it's going to be the top of the lineup. Got Randy Arozarena and then Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez, the top 3. And they're going to have to step up and do some damage. Oh, looks like Angler is not doing too good. You got a trainer coming out there. Yeah, Cole Young is known to have that kind of plate discipline, which is why he could be one of the players of the future. Looks like something wrong with his hand, possibly. JP must have done really big damage on him. And looks like he will still be playing. Yes, he just needed a minute, according to Aaron Goldsmith. Now it's Randy Arozarena up to the plate. Yeah, let's try to get some runs back, make up for it. Now here's Randy Arozarena up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. Way inside, way up high for a ball, and that is going to be ball 1. Be 1-0 for Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're at 1-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. As we're at 1-2. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball. He reached for it. And the running is the fielder. And he dives and he can't get to it. And now Cole Young is probably going to get to third base. And he will. And now you got runners on first and third. Runners at the corner with a runner in scoring position. It was badly timed diving by the center fielder. Randy reached for it. Almost was caught by the center fielder. Made a diving attempt. Just did not happen. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And if this is the time for Cal Raleigh to step up, the time is now. He had a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to right field and fouled. He homered he had a 3-run home run last night, and it's very possible that Cal Raleigh has another opportunity for another 3-run home run to make up for the last inning disaster. Now the 0-1, and that's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 1-1. And the pitch. That gets away, and that is going to score in Cole Young. And now the Mariners now have a 7-4 lead on a wild pitch by the Rays. And the Mariners will now take a 7-4 lead. We will more than take that. And Randy Arozarena goes to second base. As we're at 2-1, now the pitch to Cal Raleigh, and that is going to be a strike. As we're at 2-2. And the 2-2. And that is a foul ball. As now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. And he check swinged it at the dirt, throw to first in time. And now it's going to be Julio Rodriguez, and would like to see him go for a 3-home run game, which would be really cool to see. Summer Sweets would be nice. But it's very expensive. Now here's Julio Rodriguez. And that's going to be popped up, and that's not going to get anything done. The third baseman's there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. But the Mariners do make up for a run on a wild pitch, which got Cole Young to score. And now it's 7-4 Mariners.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki tiki with barbecue chicken. Put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. Still on the commercial break at the moment. And we are back from the break. Didn't realize I have 10 viewers right now. If you are here, hit that like button, donate to the channel, but just start with liking the videos. Now we got Edward Bizzardo now coming out of the bullpen. Mariners extended that lead to make it 7-4, but need a little bit more. Get more so we can save Andres Munoz. The pitch. And that is a strike. As we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And that could be playable. Here's Josh Naylor. And he makes the catch. And that is one out. Now here's Peters up to the plate. As he is 0 for 2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is strike one. And that's going to be 0-1. Now the pitch. And that is a strike. Nice frame job by Cal Raleigh. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. And that is going to be 1-2. So we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Now here's a liner and caught by Cole Young. And that's going to be 2 outs. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Got Tristan Gray batting 083 with 2 flyouts. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. As we're at 0-2. And the pitch. Up high for a ball. He obviously didn't go for it. As we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Eduardo Bizardo. And we go into the bottom of the 7th inning. It is stretch time. Everyone get up on your feet. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame because it's Ichiro Hall of Fame retirement ceremony night. Mariners have a 7-4 lead. 2 home runs by Julio, home run by Cal Raleigh. Yeah, it'd be a shame. And Astros lost. 4, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game. Hello. Oh, no, said we gotta go. Yeah. Louie. Oh, baby, said we gotta go. A fine little girl, she waiting for me. Catch a ship across the sea. All right, now we are back from the break. Yeah, we got next up to the plate. Who do we have? It's not going to be Julio. Whoever's a cleanup hitter. Josh Naylor. Ian Seymour is now taking over. Now it's Josh Naylor up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right center field. And that is going to drop in for a base hit. And now Josh Naylor's going to go into second base with his second double of the game. And he has been contributing and doing his part. Now let's see if it's Jorge Polanco or Eugenio Suarez. It's actually going to be Suarez up to the plate. Can he do damage? That was a nice swing. Now here's good vibes only up to the plate. He's really got to get it going because he's actually been struggling since he joined the Mariners. And now here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. Maybe Josh Naylor has another stolen base magic in him for this inning. Suarez is batting .236. He has just been absolutely struggling in the month of July. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's not going to advance the runner. And the throw to first, and that's just barely out. And I think maybe Suarez or Naylor could have went to third base on that one on a very small dribbler. And it's going to be Jorge Polanco up to the plate. Now here is Jorge Polanco. Now, maybe that could have been a balk, and it probably should have been. He's batting .251. He's 0 for 3 in this game, however. And now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to left field and foul. And
Ricocheted. Now we're at 0-1, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. We're at 0-2. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to be another easy play. Throw to first, and that's going to be in time. And now it's going to be up to Dom Canzone. Here's Canzone. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, a big swing and a miss. And he was trying to go for that home run, but he doesn't really have to. All he's got to do is just poke it somewhere, and that will get Josh Naylor in. Because he's going to run like heck. The pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball, and that's not going to get anything done. He's there, makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. And we go to the very next inning, top of the 8th. And it is still 7-4 Mariners.
Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food. Come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
I wonder if Bizzardo is still going to be pitching in this inning. They're playing a hat trick game. It went into number 2. I lost the ball. I'm going to say 1. Oh, I got it. And we are back from the break. Lots of Mariner fans there today, as it was a very special day for Ichiro. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike by Eduardo Bizzardo. Gabe Spires in the bullpen. Looks like they won't be warming up Munoz. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2 to Yanni Diaz. Wonder how my fantasy baseball team is doing now. And the pitch. Way outside, and that is going to be a ball. I'm still losing. And the pitch. And strike 3 called, and that is going to be 1 out by Yanni Diaz. Now we got 1 out. That was a very close call, too. Oh, and wait, what? No! Why? Dan Wilson literally just struck him out. No! None of this lefty. Why? Okay, this makes me want to go to the bathroom.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
with your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful paintbrush.
And we are back from the break. An interesting stat line: 7 runs and 7 hits, and 4 runs and 4 hits. Oh, and looks like the Padres are going to win this game, and that will definitely help the wild card contention. And that means the Mariners are just a half game back from the first wild card spot. So the Mariners are in a pretty healthy position for now. It's just that Cleveland's going to be pretty threatening because they've also been on fire. As the Yankees have been, well, the Yankees have actually been helping out. Texas seems to be falling. And the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. So we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. Here's a ground ball diving stop by Naylor in the throw to first in time. And that's going to be 2 outs. It might not be a matchup thing. The pen is still very wary. And it's also probably also a 15-pitch limit. I don't like those. If it's working, it's working. There's no, if it ain't broke, just don't fix it. And now we got Lau up to the plate. 2 pitches in for Spire, and there is 2 outs right now. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And the pitch. And that is a strike. Oh, ball, that's going to be a 1-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. We're at 1-2. And the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to left field, and Randy Arozarena is there. And he makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Last chance for the Mariners to put up some insurance runs, or else it's going to go to the top of the 9th with only a 3-run lead. Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. Now here's J.P. Crawford as we are back from the break. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. He kind of one swing that one. And that's going to be strike two, by the way, as I missed the first one. As we're at 0-2 for JP. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be a strike three. Oh, yeah, that huge at-bat that J.P. Crawford had. He was really fighting it. And now here's the pitch to Cole Young. And that is going to be a ball. 1-0, the count. As we're at 1-0. And now here's the pitch. Way up high for a ball. As we're at 2-0 for Cole Young. And he's been drawing the pitches very well. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be well out of play. And the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. 2-2. See if he can survive this one. And the pitch. And fouled again. And Cole Young continues to fight it off. As we're at 2-2. And that is going to be 3-2. And the pitch way up high. Ball four, take your base. And now we're back to the top of the lineup. And looks like Julio Rodriguez will have a chance eventually if the inning can be prolonged. Now here's Randy Arozarena. as he is 2 for 3 in this game. Now here's the pitch, and that is going to be in there for a strike. The El Rando Grando, as we're at 0-1 so far. And now the pitch, way low for a ball. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. We're at 2-1. And the pitch. And that is a strike, and that was clearly outside the strike zone. And now it's going to be 2-2. So we're at 2-2. Can Arozarena survive this? Get Cal Raleigh up to give him a big opportunity. And the pitch. And that is a foul ball. Now it's 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch. Way up high for a ball, and that is 3-2. Full count. And the pitch. And ball four. What? Strike 3 called. And I thought that was going to be ball 4 for sure. And even Randy Arozarena kind of figured. And that was way below the strike zone. Too bad you can't challenge that one yet until possibly next season. I think Randy thought it was going to be a ball 4. And he was like, yep. And he made that little turn. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that is going to be in there for a strike. And it's going to be two outs so far. But and you would think that Cal Raleigh is just going to say, screw it. Let's just go for a home run. And maybe we can give Julio Rodriguez a chance too. As we're at 0-1. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're at 0-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball. As we're at 1-2 for big dumper Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. Way low for a ball, and that's going to be 2-2. We're at 2-2. And the pitch. He gets under it, and that's going to be a foul ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be 3-2. And Cal Raleigh got lucky on that one. The umpire was tempted to call that a strike. Now we're at 3-2, the full count, the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that is going to be a foul ball. Still at full count, 3-2. And Julio Rodriguez will be up to the bat if Cal Raleigh can prolong the inning. We'll just have to see where that goes. Now at 3-2. And ball 4, take your base, and he will prolong that inning. And now it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez to see what he can do. Now, most would say that he should go for that 3-run home run, but I think Julio should just poke it because you can get Cole Young home with that feet of his. I would just try to just poke it through. I don't think you necessarily need to hit the home run on this one. I mean, it'd be nice. You can make it 10-4, but let's just be realistic and just go for a poker, the pitch. And that is a strike as Julio is really looking for a pitch for his own. 2 home runs, batting .254 with 23 home runs and 65 RBIs. And the pitch. And he reaches it, and that's for a foul ball. Now it's clear that he is going for that home run. Can he make a magic happen? Just one last time until we get to the top of the 9th inning. Now the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. That he should have just waited on that one because it was clearly not a strike. And that's going to be 0-2. As we're at 0-2, the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to center field, and he makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. And now we are going to go into the top of the 9th. It's going to be Andres Munoz.
In the 1991 NPB draft, Ichiro was drafted in the 4th and final round, which was very low and shocking. He was drafted so late because of his small stature at only 5'9" and being 120 pounds. He made his debut in 1992 and spent most of the 1992 and 1993 seasons in the minor leagues for the time being. Initially, the manager wanted him in the minors due to his unique hitting mechanics where he looks like he's golfing and practically running the moment he swings the bat. His swing was nicknamed Pendulum. One of his highlights in his initial years was when he hit a home run off eventual Japanese MLB star Hideo Nomo. Ichiro finally got his full-time starts in the 1994 season where he broke out batting .385, hitting 13 home runs and stole 29 bases. It was also notable that Ichiro changed his name on his jersey from Suzuki to Ichiro. The reasons were that Ichiro was the 2nd most common name in Japan, and it was a marketing opportunity for Ichiro since his name was an attractive brand name. He won several awards including MVP, Gold Glove Award, Best 9 Award, the batting title, and an All-Star appearance. The 1995 season was when Ichiro took it to the next level. He batted .342, 25 home runs, 80 RBIs, and 49 stolen bases. His amazing individual performance got him his 2nd consecutive MVP award. He helped lead the Blue Waves for the Japan Series against the Tokyo Yakult Shallows. Unfortunately, they would fall in a 7-game series. However, in the very next season, the Oryx Blue Waves redeemed themselves by winning the Japan Series championship. Yomiuri Giants, led by the other Japanese and eventual...
And we are back from the break. Andres Munoz is now coming out from the bullpen. Would have been nice if the Mariners had a little bit more of an extended lead, so that way the Mariners don't have to use Andres Munoz in case they need him to win the series tomorrow. I'm Korean, so I could care less, Mr. Sticky, but nice try. It's fine, Mr. Sticky. And now we are back from break, and here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike, and that is 0-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And now that is going to be Junior Caminero at first base with a single already.
Seems that Andres Munoz has been a little bit trending in the wrong direction lately. He's been having quite some stressful save situations. It is a save situation. Now here's Chandler Simpson up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that is low for a ball. And that is 1-0. And the pitch. And that is a strike. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that is a foul ball. Oh, and that hit off the foot of Cal Raleigh. At least it was like the guard of his foot guard, I guess. As we're at 1-2 on Simpson. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 at the dirt. And that's going to be 1 out. Now we got 1 down. Now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Right back. So we're at 0-1 on Fortes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Now it's 0-2 on Nick Fortes. 222 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. And that is in the dirt. And Junior Caminero maybe could have had a shot for second base. And we're at 1-2. As we're at 1-2 on Polanco. Or Fortes, because I was just, the camera was looking at Polanco, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to left field, but Randy Arozarena is there. Julio is there. He makes the catch. And this time they actually talk. And now that is going to be 2 outs. And it is getting close. Mariners are on the verge of winning the series. Can they do it? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Fans are up on their feet, and it's for Ha-Sung Kim, or Kim S-Hung is now up on the mound, up on the plate. Now here is the pitch, and that is low for a ball. As we're at 1-0, batting 192 with a home run and 3 RBIs. And now the pitch, and that is a strike. As we're at 1-1. Two strikes away from winning this ball game. The pitch. You would think that the umpire would want to just say, I want to go home. And now it's 2-1. But it was outside the strike zone. But you kind of owe us for that from the Randy Arozarena strikeout. What about some makeup calls? As we got 2-1 and the pitch. And yeah, that one you don't really want to, you can't really say I want to go home on that one, as that's going to be 3-1 on Kim S-Hung. Ha-Sung Kim, to not make it mistaken for the Americans, as we're at 3-1.
And now the pitch. And that is a strike, and that's what you call a makeup call right there. And that's going to be 3-2. And it's game time, but it is full count, so you can't. So this game is still a little bit far from over, especially when it's a full count, and especially how unpredictable this umpire really could be. As we're at 3-2. And now here's the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. And, umpire, don't you want to go home? Are you done? Or you still want to do this? Oh, come on. The frame job was right there. Munoz is not feeling too good about that. If I were Pete Woodworth, I would come out there and have a little chat with Andres Munoz, or at least have Cal Raleigh do the same thing. I guess there's only so many mound visits that you can do. And now it's going to be Peters, who is 0 for 3. I guess that's why that they're not going to do a mound visit, because they think that there's a very low chance for him to get the hit. And look at the fans just standing up there, just like, I want to go home. As we're at 0 or here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Talk about another makeup call. Man, after last night, these 3-ball counts and walks are really going to burn us big time real soon. Yeah, umpire's having a lot of fun, isn't he? And now here's the 0-1. And that is a strike. And now it is game time. What a night it has been for the Mariners with Ichiro Suzuki. There's a Mexican flag out there. I wonder why. Okay, I just lost my train of thought. And it's going to be 0-2 on... Oh, time has been called. But now it is 0-2. It's been a very special night. Ichiro got to have his huge press conference. Not his press conference, his huge speech. Rick Riz stole the show. Randy Johnson had some stuff to say. Or Ichiro had some stuff to say. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is the ball game. The Mariners have won the series on home runs by Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, and Julio, and a wild pitch RBI. Great pitching effort by Logan Evans, and the Mariners have won the series, and now they have closed it to within a half-game lead, a half-game deficit of the Houston Astros for the American League West. Tomorrow, the matchups will be Brian Wu against Hauser, who is 6-3 with a 2.54. That's Adrian Hauser. He is not going to be an easy one to deal with. But in the last 7 days, his RBIs have been 7.94. So I guess there could be some advantages for the Mariners there. But overall, what a very fantastic night. Home runs by Julio Rodriguez, 2 home runs. I think he was trying to flirt with a 3rd home run. And now that's going to be it. I am going to take off. I got some videos to cut, and I just want to go to sleep. Everyone, thank you very much for being on the show. I'll be back tomorrow for another Mariners game, and hopefully they can close it with a sweep. Everyone, have a fantastic night.
Finally, on January 21st, 2025, Ichiro was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Overall for Ichiro, he is not only one of the greatest players in Mariners history, but also one of the greatest players in baseball history. He will never be forgotten with his amazing work ethic, a great throwing arm, amazing speed, and unique hitting mechanics. It is a shame the Mariners could not field a competitive team with Ichiro since his rookie 2001 campaign. But otherwise, I am thankful that Ichiro played for the Seattle Mariners, and he will always be a baseball and Seattle legend. Ichiro, arigato gozaimashita.
When I showed up at the camp each spring, my arm was already in shape, waiting for Mariners broadcaster Rick Ritz to say, "Holy smoke! A laser beam strike from Ichiro!"